sure to check out Agelessgeeks for your figures and collectibles. This video and YouTube channel is rated PG-13, so that means this channel is not for anyone under the age of 13.
So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredon18 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Storm Collectibles Streets of Rage 4 AXEL STONE. So let's get into it right away and take a quick look at the box. So as you can see here, we do get a basic style box when it does come to Storm Collectibles. So we do get the window right there on the front of the box. On the top does say ages 17 and up. We do get a cool drawn type image of the character there, which looks pretty cool. It says Streets of Rage 4 AXEL STONE and Storm Collectibles. Then the bottom of the box here, we do get the warning and blah 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 stuff nobody cares about. Then here's the top of the box. And then the one side there with an image of the figure. The other side has an image of the character, which I believe is from the game there. Then the back does show a bunch of pretty dope poses you can get the figure into, along with most of his accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure open and take a closer look at AXEL STONE from Streets of Rage 4, which is a really awesome arcade game. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look at Axel here, and Storm Collectibles did a fan-frickin-tastic job with this figure, man. From what I saw from the game with YouTube videos, he does look like how he does in the game. The head and face sculpt looks fantastic. I like how they made the eyes glossy, both painted looking in the same direction. We get his little bandana tie up there, which looks pretty cool. On the back of it is a softer rubbery type plastic. The beard looks great, and so does the sculpt of the hair. Really like what they did with all the different hair sculpts and other faces as well. Really cool looking figure, man. So nice job with that. The upper torso and his denim jacket, I believe it is, are a softer rubbery type plastic skin tone. Looks pretty good. We get some sculpted wrinkles throughout the shirt. Looks like there's a subtle, kind of like a yellowish wash on there, which doesn't look too bad. The lower portion of the torso is a harder plastic. The jacket here looks great. It's a very soft, rubbery type plastic. Buttons are painted pretty good. This one's a tad bit sloppy. You can even see where the stitching is sculpted. That looks great. I like how it's kind of like torn a bit up on the shoulders. And then the back there, we get a little bit of sculpted wrinkles, that weird wash, once again, that yellowish wash. Unless I'm just seeing things, I only see it really down here. And you can see the stitching up over here. Once again, then the rolled up sleeves look great also. I do wish they gave us alternate arms so you could just have them with the tank top as well. I think that would have been pretty cool. One thing though, this long sleeve shirt that he has tied around his waist looks great. It's a very soft rubbery type plastic, and you get sculpted wrinkles throughout it. But one issue, if you can't see already, there's all these white spots all throughout it, and the paint rubs off incredibly easy on this piece here. And that's just not with this figure. I do experience that with Storm Collectibles, and that's because the paint rubs off easily on this very soft rubbery type plastic. So just be cautious with yours. I had a really hardcore posing session with him, so that's why I have that issue with my figure there. So just be very cautious with yours. The sculpt work on the arms look fine. On the muscle definition looks great. And then we do get these pieces from his gloves around his wrists, which are separate pieces, so be careful when you swap the hands, because you could pop these off and possibly use them. And usually we do have that very wide type look to their figures, and that's just the style of Storm Collectibles there. The pants here, we get sculpted wrinkles at the upper thighs there, a little bit around the knees. You can see where the seams are at there on the pants. Knee joints blend in pretty well. Then I like the torn, tattered look at the bottom of his jeans there. That looks pretty cool. And then his shoes, they look pretty dope too, man. And we get that weird yellow shading once again. But the paint for the red and that yellowish color turned out pretty good. And even the soles of these shoes also turned out alright. But as you can see, the more you pose it, the more the paint will come off. As you can see, it has on mine. But overall, I think Storm did a kick-ass job with AXEL STONE here. And really dig the way the figure turned out. And the detail looks awesome, man. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, AXEL STONE is just included with a ton of awesome-ish So what we do get 3 interchangeable head sculpts with swappable hair pieces, and we do get 4 of those swappable hair pieces. And starting on the left there, we do get the basic stern face, which is the one that does come on the figure out of the packaging that we already did take a look at, and they did a great job with that head sculpt. Then in the middle, we probably get my favorite, which is the angry teeth gritted head sculpt. Even the eyebrows have more of a meaner look to it, and the hair slightly different compared to the hair sculpt on the left, but I don't know, not too much different. Very subtle differences in them, but they did a great job with that head sculpt as well. And then finally, all the way on the right, we do get another one of my favorites, the yelling, screaming face sculpt, and just great job on all 3 faces. Storm Collectibles is just straight up killing it with their figure lines, but you can see his hair's more wavy, like he's in action or something like that. So I do like all the different hair sculpts, plus we get this one extra one, damn it, as well, which is, or it looks like he's in action once again. The face sculpts all look great. One thing I love about this is you could swap the hair sculpts with either head sculpt as well. So you could put this hair sculpt on that face or the extra one on this one. So really like that added option with the hair and head sculpts for Axel Stone here. And like I said, fantastic job with the paint and sculpt detail. All the eyes are all looking in the same direction, and they're very simple to swap out, and I'll show you how to do that right now quickly. And swapping the head sculpts is very basic when it comes to Storm Collectibles, and swapping the hair is very simple as well. So swapping the head sculpts, I just pull it from the chin, and it pippity pops right off the joint there. Take whichever head sculpt you want to put on next, and then just push down. Whoops. Just push down. Onto the ball peg, and then there you go, as simple as that. Now to change the hair sculpts, you just pull up, pops right off, and then say you want to put an action hair sculpt on them. This one's probably my favorite. You just pop that off and then peg it onto the top of the head, and then there you go. That looks pretty dope, man. I do like that combination right there. So very simple to swap or interchange those accessories. So we do get the 3 alternate head sculpts and 4 interchangeable hair pieces, and then we also get a bunch of great weapons. So we do get 2 different like wine bottles. We do have the broken one and the unbroken one, or non-broken one, and these look great, man. Nice green translucent plastic. Looks like an actual wine bottle, man. That's really cool looking. So really dig the way these turned out here. And then we do get some other awesome stuff. So we do have a boomerang here, which is very sharp on the ends, so be careful of that. And this thing turned out great, man. I do like the silver that they chose. Full of Z paint. Then we do get a knife, and this is just classic AF. I remember these from the original arcade games. And I love that silver paint, man. It has a nice shine to it. Like, this is an actual knife, man. And then the handle turned out pretty cool too. And then we do get one of my favorites, or maybe my favorite, the freaking meat cleaver, man. This thing is dope. This is a dope freaking accessory. Once again, love the silver paint. We do have a couple chips in it because you can tell this has been used a lot, and the handle turned out fine too. And whoops, that fell. I'm just going to leave it. And then we also get a sai here, which looks fine. We do get that. And then we do get a baseball bat, which turned out pretty good. They made it way too orange. Should be more of a brownish color, but I love the shading throughout it. And it actually does look like it's wood besides it being orange. It does look like a wooden bat. And then the handle turned out fine with the wrappings all around it. So we do get that, and we do get another one of my favorite weapons, which is the sword here, and really dig the way this looks. Love the silver paint once again, and the handle turned out really nice also. And it's very bendable, so we do get that. And then finally, I forgot what this is called. It's Whitebeard's weapon from One Piece, but this thing turned out beautiful, man. That blade is sick AF, man. Once again, great silver for the blade, the silver paint. I like the gold on the blade there. That looks pretty cool. Get more gold around here. And then we just get a red handle, and then the other end has a little bit of gold in it. And when you open the packaging, it comes like this. You just got to peg that on like so, and then there you go. But what a freaking dope weapon, man. So we do get all the awesome weapons, and Zenwave finally gets 3 different flame type effects, and this is for when he's punching. I didn't play the game, but I watched some gameplay on it, and these things just are beautifully made, man. They do not feel cheap at all. They're very solid, and they will not break on you, I'll tell you that. But I do like the 2 different color oranges throughout the translucent plastic. Very, very nice looking, and the sculpt of it, beautifully done, man. Especially this spiral type looking one. That's just really cool looking. And the way you get this on, I believe he just put his fist right in there. So we do get the twirly whirly one, and then we do get left fist or hand effects here. So we do, damn it, we do get the smaller one here, which looks awesome, man. Very nice sculpt and paint. Once again, the different color oranges look really nice. And the way you get this on, you just wedge his fist right in there, like how I showed you with my finger. But this one definitely is pretty damn dope. Then we do get my favorite out of all 3 of them, which is this massive effect here. This thing is awesome, man. Love the translucent plastic with the 2 different oranges. The sculpt of it, beautifully done. They're all very sharp as well, so just be careful with that. What a cool looking effect. And then in here you just wedge his hand and part of his arm right in there like so. So those are the 3 awesome effects. Those are some of the nicest effects I've ever seen with a figure, period. So we do get those, and then we also get 10 alternate hands. And starting on the top right here, we do get a pair of fists, of course, which do come on the figure out of the packaging. Then we do get a pair of gripping hands, and these hands hold on to all the weapons perfectly. And then down here we get like these, I guess, martial art style pose type hands, which are pretty cool. And then we do get a pair of open hands where the fingers are clenched a tad bit, and then we do get a pair of regular open type hands, and we get some fantastic paint and sculpt detail throughout all 10 hands, and they are super duper simple to swap out as well. And you know, like what Daredevil 19 always says, that is definitely a great thing, because you don't want to risk breaking a wrist joint on your new Axel Stone figurine. But anyway, that is all the awesome accessories included with Axel Stone. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of Axel Stone, to the very top of his hair, it looks like he's a tad bit over 7 inches tall. And then here he is compared to the Storm Collectibles Raiden, the Storm Collectibles 2020 Convention exclusive Scorpion, the NECA TMNT Original Movie Raphael, and the NECA Ultimate Edition Scout Predator. And as you can see, he does scale really well with Storm and NECA also. And then here he is compared to the McFarlane Toys MK11 Spawn, the McFarlane Toys MK11 Raiden, the McFarlane Toys Arkham Knight Batman, and the Storm Collectibles Goro. And then here he is compared to the Storm Collectibles Sector, the Marvel Legends Retro Series Deadpool, the Mafex Justice League Batman, and the Figma Black Swordsman Guts. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, and Axel here has great movement. So we do have that barbell type joint for the neck, so you technically do have an upper neck joint and then a lower neck joint. And that joint does connect into the upper torso there. So combining both those joints, you can get them to look pretty much directly down. Does look up a tiny bit, not too much. Gets hindered a little bit by the collar and his hair there. Then you do get upper neck pivot, lower neck pivot as well, and then the joint also does swivel. Then we do get a torso and a waist joint there. Damn it. And over the years, Axel started balding. I probably mentioned it already, but the top of the hair can pop off easily if you're not careful, but combining the waist and the torso, the dude crunches forward really well. And then going back, joints are kind of tight there, as you could hear. And as you can see right there, it's like a barbell type joint for the torso. But if you go back any further, you're going to see that gap there. So you might not want to go back that far, but you can go back decently with the waist and the torso there. The pivot at the torso and the waist, fantastic pivot. That is great pivot on this figure. Waist, that joint is very tight. It does swivel, and then same with the torso. Those joints are really, really tight, man, and that is not always a good thing. Now for the arms here, we get a beautiful circular motion out of the shoulder, as you can see there. Arms do go out to the sides a lot more than 90 degrees, so that is definitely awesome. They do go up and down, and we do have true bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows that just hit past 90 degrees. Then we do have a ball hinge on the wrist there, so that the swivel and hinges back and forth. Now for the legs here, Axel can kick forward about 90 degrees, which is good enough. Goes to the back almost 45 degrees, or just about 45 degrees. Then let's see if Axel can Jean-Claude Van Damme it here. Get that out the way, and he almost can, so pretty damn good leg movement with Axel. Then we do get the hip swivel there. Double jointed knees that bend back almost all the way. Then the ankles, they added swivel in it. Love that they did that. They really don't hinge up at all, so that's not good. They do hinge down pretty well, and then we do get the forward facing pin ankle rocker there, which goes in pretty good, and then you do have a nice toe hinge. So overall, the articulation, pretty basic when it comes to Storm Collectibles, but Axel here does have really nice articulation. Basic articulation for Storm Collectibles is really good articulation, and you're going to be able to get them into almost any type of Streets of Rage 4 type poses, and I'm about to show you some of those poses right about now.
But anyway, that is my review of the Storm Collectibles Streets of Rage 4 AXEL STONE. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure with detail, I'd have to give it an even 9. Articulation, I'd also give it an even 9. Accessories, I'd definitely give it a perfect 10. And then the overall quality, I'd have to give it an even 8. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did get mine from Agelessgeeks, so you can check at agelessgeeks.com. And when you check out, use code name Daredevil, and you will get yourself a bit of a discount. If you can't find something on their website, I do highly recommend going through their Instagram or Facebook page. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later.
Let's get this figure, but take a close look. Oh, damn!